So I'm going to start with you because I haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah.
What's going on with this NHS? What's your view on this whole sort of payment by results type culture that they're talking about?
More bloat, more waste. It's what the NHS is famous for, isn't it? I think they've been giving bonuses out throughout the COVID for people that have actually just gone to work and done their job, especially in Scotland and Wales. We're still seeing that over the last 5 years, they spent £400 million on paracetamol, for example.
That's ridiculous.
Like £3.23 a unit, when we could pay, 50p in the local pharmacist. So they're splashing out, wasting our money, as you rightly put, taxpayers' money, on things that they don't need to. So some things don't need prescriptions rather. Some things don't need elective care. For example, a lot of cosmetics you can get done on the NHS should not be on the NHS. People should be paying for private things that they don't need, that are not life-saving. And across the board, there's so much bureaucracy, so much managerial bloat and waste. I think just, like you say, centralise it or refund us.
Refund us, let us
spend our money elsewhere.
Because it's a lot of money. I mean, Danny, what's your take on this?
I'm sick of publicly funded organisations paying for rainbows, whether it's on the side of a Merseyside police car during Pride Month or whether it's NHS Trust spending, how much did you say over?
Well, it's £46,000
just for rainbows on the road.
That spent that.
How much does paint cost?
They could have just. I mean, I would have done it. How much? It was £2,000 by one of them. Sounds like it was about £2,000 a rainbow.
Yeah.
I would have done it for that.
But these crazy examples, or the BBC, you can throw all of these at publicly funded organisations, the COPs, the NHS, and the BBC, and it's when you hear of stories like a £46,000 set of rainbows on roads, you think, who has actually signed that off?
Well, it's these managers, isn't it? £150,000 a year for these people. What are they doing? Till we do a rainbow. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a meeting. Let's talk about it. Let's paint the rainbows. What's the best price we can get? Look, I don't get it. Fine, they need to be putting money into the actual frontline staff and actually recruiting from this country and paying good wages.
Just to go back to one of your points, Calv, are you calling for like a hybrid funding model? So if it's an emergency, you get treated. If it's not an emergency, you've got to pay for it yourself.
I like the idea of free healthcare at the point of entry if it is an emergency, if you really need it.
Yeah.
But I think if you can afford to pay, you should. And I think if it's elective, you should pay for it.
So you can opt out of
like cosmetic surgery, you should not get it on the NHS.
But they'll only give you cosmetic surgery if it is affecting your mental health, I think. It's not like
I've got
that's
a very loose...
No. You can play the system.
No,
sure, you can play the system. Like you've got a massive nose and you get looked at every time you walk into the boozer.
Don't be rude. Are you being rude to me again?
No, I'm rude to you. I think it's the other way round.
Some things are responsibility as well, not just the system. So if we, for example, have something that's not an emergency, not urgent, but we think we're concerned about, we should go to pay for it privately if we can afford it. But so many of us expect free healthcare. So many of us think, well, the NHS is free, I'm going to go there, without thinking, actually, we're paying to this system so that people who can't afford healthcare get free access. That's the point of it. That's the point of any welfare system.
But you're asking someone to morally, if you like, do the right thing.
Yeah.
But that's few and far between, isn't it? 1 in 100 would rather... I think 99 out of 100, if they could get it for nothing, they would do, wouldn't they?
Well, I think 100 out of 100, most of us would get something for nothing if we could, but it's not really nothing because we're paying for it, aren't we, really? That's the delusion we put ourselves under when we say it's free. A spokesperson for the NHS said Amanda Pritchard's salary has not changed since 2016 when she became Chief Executive of Guy's and St Thomas's NHS Trust, and there was no salary increase upon appointment as NHS Chief Executive. The cost of NHS England and NHS Improvement executives' salaries has reduced by around 20%. Crikey, what were they before? Since 2018, and the NHS is one of the most efficient health services in the world, with administrative costs of less than 2p in every pound of NHS funding, compared to 5p in Germany and 6p in France, providing taxpayers with excellent value for money.